Did you know Fantastic Frontiers developers were moments away from releasing the Running Frog? A frog-like entity functioning like the Running Man and Codman. And this is only one of the 14 things the developers plan to add one day. So in this video, I will explain everything about these concepts, starting with the most basic ones all the way up to the most exciting items. Number 1 and 2. New starting outfit. Before deciding on the grey shorts and yellow t-shirt as clothes when you join Fantastic Frontier for the first time, the developers actually plan to give you the brown trousers and buttoned sweater as starting clothing. In fact, they even used that set of clothes during the testing stages of Fantastic Frontier. Number 3. Brown boat hat. The brown boat hat was a pretty basic hat that the developers made one day. We're not really sure why they made it, but it's theorized to be used during testing or was planned to be sold by Lure, a vendor from Topple Town. Number 4 and 5. Basic Itempedia items. The brown mushroom was planned to be a commonly found harvestable selling for 40 gold, and the red feather was a feather dropped by the commonly found red bird selling for 33 gold. They were also used during testing but got scrapped to do their simple appearance. Number 6. Citrine. Now it's finally time for the more exciting items. If you look closely at the bag of gems dropped by the corrupted wizard at Blackrock Mountain, you'll see that it has 4 gemstones. The red one, ruby, the blue one, sapphire, the green one, emerald, and an orange one. But there is no orange gemstone in the current game. And if you look at orange gemstones in the real world, citrine is the most common one. It is assumed that the developers may have simply forgotten about it, or that it was never intended to be added in Fantastic Frontier in the first place. Number 7. Player server capacity. Right now, there can only be 7 players at once in a Fantastic Frontier server. The developers try their best to up that number to stimulate communication, but due to lagging and glitches, they can't do anything about it right now. Back in the day though, the server size used to be bigger, capping at 10 players. Number 8. Worm Bones. The Worm Bones would have been a monster drop from the Asparagus Slug, but after the developers decided to transform the Asparagus Slug into a miscellaneous consumable instead of a fightable monster, the item had to be scrapped. Number 9. Tool Crafting. You probably know that you can craft armor pieces with ore bars, but if you look at the bar's description, it states a bar that can be used to make tools and armor, so it may be a feature planned to be added in a future update. Number 10. Contributor's Cap. Similar in appearance to the Collector's Cap and the Rich Man's Cap, the Contributor's Cap was an item initially planned to be added in the fishing update. The green cap would be gifted to wiki staff, moderators, and server administrators. Although a lot of people still think it should be implemented, the Contributor's Cap was scrapped for unknown reasons near the end of development. Number 11. Blue Tonic. The Blue Tonic, was a consumable intended to be added in the Otherworld update, but was unfortunately scrapped in favor of the Dungeon Candies, a stackable consumable. According to SpectraBox, Fantastic Frontiers lead developer, the Blue Tonic would be able to be refilled. Even though the Blue Tonic was scrapped, there are still multiple spots where it can be found, although it is impossible to interact with. Number 12. Cooking. We all know coal can be used to craft armor and maybe even tools in the future. But if you read the coal's description, a raw deposit of coal used as fuel for cooking and smelting, it clearly mentioned cooking. So this is probably a feature intended to be implemented in the future updates. The cool thing is that the kitchens in houses will now have value. Number 13. Running Frog. As mentioned in the intro, the Running Frog would be a frog-like entity functioning like the Running Man and Codman. And upon collection, the player would be granted the complimentary Frog Badge, which at the moment is an impossible achievement. Number 14. Mounts. Mounts, or riding horses, were rumored to exist during the early days of Fantastic Frontier. These rumors stemmed from the unused stables in Topple Town and this NPC in Farm Fortress telling me that I don't look like a horseman. I honestly think this theory is a little far-fetched, but it's cool nonetheless. And here's a little bonus concept for the people who stay till the end. It is confirmed by Fantastic Frontier developers that in the future you will be able to run for the hills!